Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. How's everybody doing today? My husband just yelled at me, Joe Biden won, but it's not over yet, honestly. Welcome. Come on in, everybody, and have a blessed day. Whew, some crazy energies that are coming in and setting forth on our day today. Hold on here. There you go. Bringing the energies in. So, how's everyone doing today? Kind of a crazy day. A lot of nutty energies that are coming forth for today. Okay, let me bring up the astrology. I know I just got a bunch of people texting me. I'm just like, I'm gonna ignore it. It's all good. We have an opposition with both Mars and Venus today. And let me see if I can bring this share up so that you can just sort of see what I'm talking about, baby. So I want to share the screen, go here, just do this coolness. And bring that up. There we go. That's what I want. So we're bringing up, and I'm just going to take got so many other things open. God, how many things do I have open? There we go. Doesn't matter. So pull this up. So here we have lovely Mars down here, and we have Venus up here. Both of them are in their home sign, right? So they both have some power. Mars is retrograde. I mean, that doesn't give him as much. He doesn't have as much power as what, say, Venus does. But even still, they're both in their home sign. So having this energy in their home sign, having this oomph in their home sign, and Venus is all about relationships. And in Libra, wanting to have the balance, wanting to have some kind of balance within the relationships, wanting to have a energy that comes together. And being the Aries is all about I am, right? It's this is who I am. It's all because they're all about the head. You know, when it comes to Aries is the head. So it comes up to the ego part, and the ego kept coming in for me today and looking at what the ego means. What is the ego? And having that ego part where it's like, this is what we want to do. Good morning from Saskatchewan, Shelly Ann. This is what I want. This is what I want. And with that energy of Mars being in there, and then Chiron, the wounded healer, coming in to look at where is it that we need healing? Where is it that we need this healing within our own selves, within our own lives? And what we have projected out into the cosmos, into the collective, is that of which we are healing, not only as a collective, as a community, but as an individual. And that is really being played out very heavily right now for all of us. This is very much where what I keep seeing is this transforming, but a golden light, golden energy that we need to really put around us. Really allowing ourselves to have that that protection of, and it's kind of like it's goldy, but it's a pink gold. So it is this very pinky kind of gold energy to really imagine, to allow for this beautiful force field to be there for protection, and not take on anything, not take on what is not ours. And this is where some of the healing needs to come in. It's like we are all going through this ego phase of, and we're going to be doing this for quite some time. This ego phase is really going to be coming in for quite some time for us. And this ego energy, because we're working, because we can't get rid of the ego. All right, we can't get rid of the ego. We need the ego. The ego, we live in a three-dimensional world, and in this three-dimensional world, we need the ego. The ego is what allows us to learn and to do things and to create. Okay, so we do need the ego. but there is a part of the ego that gets us where we don't move, where we don't allow ourselves to create and to transform. And that is where that's the part we're working on. That's the part that's coming in, that's transforming. And with that identification, and we're seeing it out, as the world is changing, the things that are happening in the United States and the energies that are happening down there. It is all about this reflection, this inner reflection. And we are coming into where we need to come into this open heart space. But in order for us to know that we are coming into the open heart space, we have to know that we are safe. And as humans, we have a part of us that we want to keep ourselves safe. We don't want to just expose ourselves. It's nice to say, I just want to expose myself. And yes, but I want to make sure that as I'm doing this, I am in a safe place. Understanding that we are coming in, that we are safe, that we are having the angels, and we have our divine, and we have our God, and we have our goddess coming forth and coming in and around us and protecting us. But it is a daily practice of us allowing ourselves to come into that energy of the what is that word? To vacillate. And that was like, and I had to look it up. Honestly, I had to look that word up. And it's like alternate, or the wave between the being indecisive. It's that alternating, allowing us. And as as they showed me that word, I saw an alternator. I knew what an alternator was, but I didn't know what to vacillate. And I was like, what is this? Is this like, I'm thinking of vacillate, this one, this compound that's stopping something. It's an ion, but it's like an alternator. It's, it's moving. It's allowing for, when the alternator seizes up in a car, things don't move. Things don't, nothing's happening, right? And we're having to allow ourselves to be able to alternate or waver between the differences of energies that are coming in. And that's what I feel, especially with this opposition with Mars and Venus. We have to be able to alternate. We have to be able to come through with this energy and allow ourselves to come into a fluctuation, and to be able to fluctuate even when, and this is where the fear can come in, even when things are not feeling safe, or we feel out of bounds, or things aren't feeling in that fluctuation that we want to feel. So we have to know that we bring in this golden light of protection, the golden shield, the God shield, and bringing this energy forth so that we aren't that we are feeling stabilized in the destabilization of the energies that are coming in with the wounded ego, and the identification that is changing for all of us as a collective, as within the collective of the consciousness of the world, this energy of transformation and change that is happening for us, that we are feeling that our own identification, and we don't want to lose our identification, because even as we go into Aquarius, opposite is Leo. Leo is about identification. Here I am. It's allowing for ourselves still to be in that identification of our truth, of who we are, and not get lost in it all. Not get lost in it all. Yeah, I know. My husband just told me that, Dwayne. But I told him that it's not over yet. They could call it, but it's not over. It's, either way. But I feel like it's not over. It's not over. But who knows? Who knows? But this is all part of the transformation and change, that to be in it, with it, the preparation for us that we need for the next coming weeks. Because we need to be able to understand that we are safe in the energies that are going to be in a vacillate because they're going to be volatile. And we are having to be able to be coming into that fluctuation, and they're waves that I see. And in that waves that I see a polyhydron, which is an isohydron, which is 20 faces. And the 20 faces is the elements of water. And bringing in that element of water, because the element of water is allowing us to come into that flow. We need to allow ourselves to come into this flow, because the flow is going to allow us to being able to have that movement, And as the energies are, because everything is filtering through our crown. So we're feeling a lot of energies coming through us. We're feeling a lot of overwhelmness, tiredness, nerves, a lot of things to do with nerves because of Uranus coming in. I feel that Uranian energy. I mean, he hasn't been the center play for everything. I mean, it has been the Mafia brothers, and that conjunction, we're starting to feel that Jupiter-Pluto conjunction coming up, and it will be exact next week. So we're starting to feel that play that's coming in with that energy between the two of them. And each time they've come in has put things into a extreme. You know, that's when things really started to, whether, you know, the numbers with COVID started to rise higher, things along that line. So we're finding that things are starting to come more into an extreme of energies with all of this. And in comes my lovely.
I want him to draw.
He wants to draw. He wants to draw. Yes. So say good morning to everybody.
Morning.
Keep talking. Let them know what are you going to do today?
Well, I'm going to draw, and I'm going to go at my dad's, and then I'm going and play with Liam, and then I'm going to come back home.
Okay, there you go. That's his day. That's what he's going to do. So, but this is where we're coming in, and filtering is how much to receive. How much do we, you know, with this receiving and the filtering of energies that are coming in, right? and receiving that energy, and we have to do that shift because the masculine comes forth, right? Because this flow of energy that comes in, the masculine comes in, that's going to help us to show us the actions that we need to take. That's what the masculine is. The feminine comes in and allows us to feel it and filter it and look at, you know, within these waves, within this volatility that's coming in. And, you know, Kathy has just said, you know, about the anxiety, major anxiety day before yesterday. You know, it's going to be starting to escalate a lot over the next while. And I know with all of this and this movement with energies that you feel with the flow, even with the wounded ego, even when this energy comes in with this woundedness, as we come forward, we got to allow ourselves, why is it that we are feeling the way that we're feeling? Questioning ourselves, allowing ourselves, coming into our power pause, and looking at things in the works, looking at things that are working, look at things that are going well for us. And this is going to help us to co-create with the universe, because the universe is all around us, right? The universe is all around us. That energy is all around us because we are this ball floating around in space, in this vastness. And the moon is circulating around us as we circulate around the sun, as we have all of these different gravitational pulls with the other planets are coming in to create this that we have all as a collective put out for change. We all have put this all out, this energy of change. So we need to start to we need, that's what they're saying, we need to allow ourselves to go within the flow and allow ourselves to be moving forward within all of this. There's a lot to do with individuals and a lot to do with wanting to be the individual within a relationship. Wanting to be in and be our own selves, be our own sovereign selves within all what is going on. So it's important for us to find that energy flow that we can connect and feel safe with others, yet challenged as we go forward. It's important that we are challenged as we go forward with with everything, and not to be afraid of the challenges. Because even with Mercury, and Mercury is squaring Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So we're not receiving all the information that we need to receive. That truth is not going to come out until sometime next week. If you are seeking and you're wanting answers now, you're going to find that it's going to be difficult to receive the information that you want to receive right now because of that big intensity of square. But if you allow for yourself to flow with it, you're going to have an easier time with it. Does that make sense to you guys? That's a lot of information. I got a piece of hair that's just sticking out here. So that's a lot of, that's how this energy is going. And the moon is in Leo. So we have this lovely energy of the moon in Leo, but still with the moon being in Leo, it's coming off the opposition to all the bad boys from being in Cancer. The moon is squaring Mercury, so it's looking for answers too. So everybody's looking for answers. Give me the communication. Now remember, wherever Mercury is, it's giving you an idea of what is going to be unfolding, right? So Mercury's letting you know of things that are going to be unfolding when it comes. So if he's squaring the Mafia brothers right now, it's not exact. She's like, Mama, that's not what I wanted to hear today. when Mercury is squaring the Mafia brothers, so there's tension within, because Capricorn is our patriarchal system, is our world, is our structure. Saturn is part of our structure. Pluto is about the transformation and change. Jupiter expands it all, right? And Mercury's wanting and going in there and trying to look at, okay, what is there? Because we're looking at our relationships with this world, right? What are our relationships when it comes to that of others, to that of the of the collective, all right? Along with Mars, and Mars isn't so much squaring them off anymore. There's still a slight square. He's at 15 degrees, but he's off that orb. To me, he's off the orb, so he's not really squaring them. But he is, there is some energies that are coming in when he's making angles over to Venus, right? So we have that. And then the moon is also making a trine over to Chiron, and it's just updating for me, a sextile over to Uranus. So it's all about the disruption and the changes that are going to be made within our world and how we are going to embrace the changes. So whether whoever wins, there's going to be huge transformational changes that are going to be happening, right? And how it's going to be unfolded for all of us. So let me pull out a card. I have the beautiful tarot cards here. I can't remember what these ones are called, but they're pretty. They're part of the Angel Tarot cards. And I used them this morning, and so the card that we have for today, solutions. So here we have it's all about balance. Archangel Zadkiel. So Archangel Zadkiel is coming forth, and he wants to bring in the balance. He's the mixologist, right? And bringing in that mixture of, what is it? The self-control, patience, forgiveness, and healing energy. So he's coming in to bring us that energy of mixing things. What do you want to have? And I always say, what do you want to have in your gin fizz? What do you want to have in your drink? What is that concoction that you want to create in your drink? So when I order my coffee, there is certain things I want in my coffee, right? So, and it's, for me, my coffee is a Quad Grande Americano Misto. So meaning I want 4 shots of espresso with added water. Then I want it steamed milk with 1 sugar and the raw stirred in. That's what I want it. That's the concoction. So that's what I want. If something's out of proportion, if something's out of balance there, then I don't want it. It's not going to feel right. So looking at what it is within your balance and within your flow, and if it's out, what is that out? Because if even though that, when it's out, we know that it's out, then we know that even though that you think that you don't know what you want, when you don't know what you want, you do know what you want. Okay? And along with that comes Gabriel. So in here, she's saying that, problems are going to be resolved. So withdraw from the drama, have patience with yourself and those around you. All right? Because things are going to get resolved. So as soon as you find out what you're out of balance with, things are going to get resolved. Okay? And when we do that, this is bringing in your passion. So it's bringing in a lot of fire. There's a lot of energy that's going to come in to bring in the changes that you want. But understand that we got to go with that flow. We got to go into that feeling in order to make the changes happen. And that's what you're going to be finding this weekend. And with the moon in Leo, it is really coming into our heart, our strength, and our determination of what it is and how it is that we want to create. Honor yourself, honor your health this weekend. There's a lot of dizziness out there. There's a lot of lightheadedness for people out there. I'm picking up a lot of leg issues with people, like it's like jumpy legs with people. So this is what you need to honor yourself with, okay? And if you are feeling, lightheaded, or like it's like you're walking along and it's like you go through a vortex and you're like, whoa, what did I just hit? Take a moment, breathe in, call in Archangel Zadkiel. By calling him in, you could just say, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Zadkiel. Guide me and put me through on the golden light. Allow for the golden light to be with me, in me, and around me. Protect me in all that I do and all that I say and all that I be. And allow me to align to my true light and flow. All right? That's going to be important for you to do today. Whew, as soon as I did that, I just did that, and everything just went clear. Like everything got brighter. It was so cool. So cool. So cool. So call in Archangel Zadkiel and ask him for his guidance for you today. So sending you guys out so much love. I am down at Blessed Circle today. So if you want to come down and see me, come down to Blessed Circle, have a look around, and see what's happening. Come in for a cup of tea. You can grab a reading. And yeah, have a blessed one, everybody. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless you in all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Have a blessed one. And know that you are a blessing to the earth, and the earth is a blessing to you. Bye-bye. Have a great one.